And we are back. We had a delay. I don't know how long we've been off, but that don't matter. We're here today with Dr. Breaking Vegas. I'm not sure what Coach DT just did. But he's with us.
I'm here, baby. I'm here, baby.
You're not showing up on my screen. You see him
That's
up?
okay. That's okay. I'm
Oh,
here.
well, okay. Well, all right. Like you said, this how high and he's a ghost. But I want to start off with the transfer portal. And I looked up some numbers and I got it right here on my phone with me. But because of the big number of Dion with the kids in the transfer portal, 57 kids left Colorado. So we got to replace them somehow. So the numbers now total to 6,475 undergrad students and 3,092 grad students in the transfer portal. That's 9,500, 95, 6,700.
That is insane.
Forfeiting their scholarship for somebody else to believe in them. And those numbers are not always hitting. So, like I said, I'm looking at this transfer portal, and Dion had 57 kids in the transfer portal. Most of them were 3 stars. He lost 1 4 star, but he got 4 4 stars to transfer in and 37 3 stars. So, we thinking he getting some studs to come in, but he gonna have to coach them up. How good do we think this Pac-12 is? Because before y'all answer that, USC lost 16, but they got 14 to transfer in, and 9 of them are 4 stars. So they got more. They got better players to come in than they lost, if that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
and also UCLA. Well, USC is number 1 in the transfer portal for the transfers they got in. Colorado is number 2, and UCLA is number 3, all in the Pac-12. So, how do we feel about the Pac-12? Because Oregon lost a lot of people too. Oregon got 30-some kids in the transfer portal.
The Pac-10, it's not a strong conference. We saw them in the bowl season last year, which kind of proved to me that it wasn't a strong conference with Tulane. Right, basically, I mean, not only did they go toe to toe, I think they won the game.
They won the game. They won me
We
the bowl
saw
championship
Utah.
series.
Yeah. Utah got handled up on by Notre Dame. Who else was up there? I think Washington State was probably the only ones that held strong, but their OC left. He's a head coach in North Texas now, so I have no faith in
Washington. I think Washington's supposed to come back. They got that quarterback coming back, and
that's who's watching? Oh, that quarterback who Penix.
Black Cat.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he comes back better, but they lost their bowl game because he played awful. He started out good, but they ended up the last 3 quarters playing just terrible. So I have no faith in the strength of the Pac-12. They do have the best, probably in my opinion, the 2 best quarterbacks in college next year.
No, and Caleb.
Caleb and Cam Rising.
What Cam Rising play?
That's your boy at Utah.
Oh, yeah, because they ain't lose so many players. I'm trying to see where is Oregon.
But yeah, other than that, I'm really liking the Big 12. What they bringing back. I mean, of course, the SEC is gonna always have some studs running around that conference.
Yeah, because I want to say Arkansas lost 29 people. Like this. I mean, with Dion being who he is, that's why everybody's so surprised at the number of kids who leaving Colorado. But 30-some kids, man, that's a big number to me. And Oregon is a big school, so
what's the ethnicity?
He recruited too. Mo, come on! I know you watch college football, so I don't know why you being all quiet.
Nah, I'm just listening to you guys. But my question was, what was the ethnicity like breakdown of those transfers?
Oh, they don't have that. They just got the numbers.
That's a great question. I'm gonna try to do some research on that.
For sure. Yeah, and it just got the little top 50 schools, the transfers in and out, their star rankings and NIL values for these schools. But yeah, that was just interesting to me to just look at all the other schools that have the big numbers and they just want to, show you what Dion is doing. And of course, all eyes are gonna be in with them selling out the spring game. You know, people who didn't even. I mean, Colorado football was, you know, last heard of in the '90s when we was in high school when they had
that running back.
Slag. What my dad? What from Cardell Stewart?
Yeah,
man, that running back.
Westbrook, the receiver. They had Deion Figures playing corner. They had a nice squad.
Man. Hey, Brian Westbrook. What's that? The wide receiver?
Yeah, that was the receiver.
Yeah, and then I played arena ball with a cat that was up there, Chris Anderson, on my little arena football team in Jacksonville. He told me some stories, but
I actually think it's to a benefit, man. I think this transfers to a benefit because everybody that's coming in is new, and so they ready to play. They gonna listen. He can coach them. You know, it ain't no status quo coming in. Everybody on the same playing field. So I think that's exactly what Coach, Sanders wants.
All right. So, with my focus really being on Colorado, how long do we think it'll be before they're dominant? Because they got a lot of 3 stars, so that's not really domination. It's gonna take a couple of years. I'm thinking. What y'all say? What numbers y'all want to throw out there?
I mean, does it matter about the level of stars? Because how many 4 stars TCU have?
I couldn't tell you. I could tell you though.
Probably
they
may have, they probably have more than one would think. Where Colorado is what's gonna take them the longest is getting that interior, because they got the skill. They got the skill position right now.
The lineman.
And they got did I say the top 2 quarterbacks? They got the top 3 quarterbacks, because Shedeur Sanders is going to be up for the Heisman. Travis Hunter is that dude right there is other world. That dude is good, man. And they just got to get some interior linemen. So whenever they do that, they'll be good.
That's the same thing he was preaching about with the HBCUs.
Yeah, the interior linemen, and that's understandable. So we would say 3 years. Let's just see, because they have to have had some linemen that they like. Somebody had to transfer in. So let's just say next year, because they got some decent assistant coaches on their squad. I know they got somebody from Alabama as D coordinator. I can't remember all the other coaches that got on their staff, but he plucked programs to coach these guys.
His coordinators are real good. They're running that Art Browse system on offense, which it seems like it is a spread offense, but that offense is predicated on the run. So they're going to definitely need some linemen on that thing.
Baylor miss Art Browse. Let's just say that much.
Yeah,
because he win.
I thought Matt Rule, did a pretty decent job.
He left too. He left because of choice. Art Browse didn't leave because he wanted to. He left because of other stipulations and incidents. But
I understand.
Yeah. So, do we feel like they can at least win a bowl game? I mean, be
next year,
bowl eligible next year?
Yeah, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be good next year.
They're gonna be relevant. Yep.
The question was, dominant. It's gonna take a minute for that, but they're gonna be good.
Yeah, I was supposed to look up what bowls they might be able to compete in. So we feel like they'll make a bowl game. I don't know what the top bowls are, because that really says a lot which bowls you play in, because there's more eyes on you. But next
Whichever
season,
one's in Texas.
Whichever one's in Texas. Okay. Yeah. So last question about Deion. With 57 kids being in transfer portal, 43 coming in, do we feel like that's gonna be a repeat number next year? Like, what do we feel like that's gonna be like moving forward? Because you say 43 kids came in there, they gonna want to play. They gonna all want to play. They're gonna be humble and wait their turn, or how we
they
feel
gonna
about
have to, because as I was talking earlier, they got that rule change where you can't just keep transferring. So I think they don't thought about this a long time, in Colorado, and playing under Prime is what they want. So I think either they gonna get with the program, wait their turn, or they going home.
And Deion wasn't with Colorado for signing day, was it? Or did he got there right after? I mean, right after the bowl games. The Sunday, the original Sundays in February. So he signed those kids, but he didn't recruit them. So That's interesting to see, what kids are coming in on Scully, because he really told everybody, I'm fishing. I'm fishing for sharks. So
Yeah.
I just want to know what it's gonna look like next year, because it's competition out there. But then he recruit their replacements.
Yeah, they'll be good next year. I think they'll be like. I think they'll be. I mean, I don't want to say gonna win 8, but they're. I'll say they're going to a bowl.
6 to 8. 6 to 8.
Yeah, they're going to a bowl game because, like I said, I don't think that their conference is strong. The conference is not strong, and hey, you just got to win 6 games. They got one of the better QBs in the country. They got probably the best athlete in the country, so they'll be all right.
Travis Hunter can't play both sides. Like,
shit, why can't he?
You feel like he gonna do the same thing like he did at HBCU? Well, I guess the level of competition. It's not the SEC, huh?
That boy raw, man.
Okay,
man. People, dog. That's when people people play one side of the ball because folks are selfish. When you're telling me, because I tell people all the time, in the state of Texas and any program, to think that any team has actually 22 starters is ridiculous. There's somebody on that offense that's better than somebody on the defense, and somebody on the defense is probably better in the offense. So it's just selfishness why they don't play both ways. That kid don't have to come out. He's 19. He ain't getting tired.
Well, in that second half, he might get tired. But it's a lot of well, okay, I'm just gonna use us when we played in high school. We played Irving Emmett, and they played both ways. We didn't. We got handed. They handed it to us because of that Kevin McCullough, the cat, he played safety and quarterback.
Yeah, they just pushed us around.
Yeah. So
that's what that was.
And that's just one school. So a lot of schools, a lot of programs are like that, and a lot of programs don't. This is at the elite level, college level, man. Because I know when the bowl season, when it came down to a crucial play, he was in the game and caught the touchdown that they lost, but caught the touchdown to make it go into overtime. So he gonna be in there in crucial times. So
man, that dude, he gonna play.
So that's really all I have about Dion, his transfer portal, because we're all college football savants. We're gonna have our ear to the pavement, trying to pay attention to all of the things that go down. So we can't wait till August.
They definitely gonna cover the spreads.
Well, at least we know which side we're leaning on.
Yeah.
All right, NBA. Milwaukee firing their coach. Fair or foul?
Foul.
Taylor May.
I feel like it's fair. I've seen coaches fire for less.
And I'm gonna say foul.
It's foul.
Coaches of the year.
I'm gonna say why. Winningest coach in Bucks history. Winningest coach in Bucks history. They hadn't won a championship since Kareem and Oscar. What more are you really asking for out of this man?
And they were hurt.
No, they got it. They got it out of them.
And they were hurt.
So you feel like they're gonna get somebody to do better than that?
I think they can, honestly.
All right. So
I don't think Bud's a bad coach, but man, Milwaukee, that team was goofy. That was a goofy team. And they would do a lot of silly stuff, and they would play for 6-7 minutes of just silly basketball. Even the year that they won the championship, it was just
the best record in the NBA. Had the best record in the NBA.
He was well deserving of another year.
Well, so I don't understand. Are you arguing that he should keep the job? They had the best record.
I feel like that was a foul. Like
they lost in the first round. They couldn't stop one.
Giannis missed 2 games,
and they were hurt. They didn't have their starting 5 all year. Middleton was hurt. They were rotating starters.
And the coach lost his brother in the middle of the playoffs to a car crash to death.
Yeah, that was that.
Like it was a lot of crazy circumstances, and you be humane in that situation because nothing was typical about that situation. Giannis being hurt, his brother losing, passing away, and I don't know, man. I can't call it, but I just feel like the number one team I respect in the NFL is your team, Pittsburgh Steelers. We're not going to even sit here and act like Mike Tomlin had great seasons every year. You know, it done been seasons when he done lost in the first round of the playoffs to Tim Tebow. You know what I'm saying? But you believe in the people who got you there. Everything, every call, every bounce ain't gonna go your way. I just feel like that was a bad look by Milwaukee with this coach being your winningest coach ever and bringing you a championship to that city. What more can you ask from this dude and not show him some kind of compassion in his probably one of his hardest times to go through in life?
Yeah.
So what the Bucks do last year?
Last year, they
the team has regressed since they won the championship. It's time for a new coach.
I say foul. Like
they was in the
fight. They won a game with Giannis out. They won a game with Giannis out. And then I don't know. I don't know when his brother passed. I just felt like give the man one more shot. I mean, that's just me. Winning this coach, you can't take that away. His name's up there. He's at the top. So to outdo what he done winning his coach in Bucks history and had won a championship in Milwaukee. And they feel like that's Giannis' window. Giannis still got more room to grow too, but I don't feel like that was Bud who lost that series for them. I just felt like just circumstances.
They were hurt. Middleton wasn't even 100%.
He was in out all year.
Greek Freak wasn't 100%. So they just in the game just because it's the playoff. So
my host league. Yeah, I just feel as though it's just time for a different direction. I haven't really seen Giannis's game grow. I don't know if I've seen the team just get.
It's not gonna grow. I think that's what you got, and that's how you gonna get from him. I think we're gonna see him decline before he get better.
I mean, getting better is one thing, but
what else can he do?
I'm just not sure if Budenholzer was, developing the team, and that could be on Giannis and his style of playing skill set. But I feel like I've seen coaches, develop their players. Like, hey, in order for us to get better and keep evolving, I need this. And again, I'm not saying that Bud's a bad coach at all.
I hear that
at all. I'm not mad that he got fired either.
But then Steve Kerr need to be on the cutting block.
Steve Kerr got like 4 of them things though.
A lot of coaches.
When the last time he won? When the last time he won?
Steve Kerr? Last year.
Was it they won last year? Did they win last year?
Yeah, they won last year. They were cool.
Yeah,
we're gonna get on Poole too later.
But that's just a trend with these coaches. I mean, because that's
the trend with the NBA.
Steve Kerr, Nick Nurse.
Yeah, Nick Nurse. But the thing is, teams that keep the coaches in for the long haul and end up benefiting more, like Miami. Like, I want to talk about Miami, and nobody ever puts Miami up there as the top team. All right, but I'm looking at my girl Joy Taylor, her beautiful self. Girl, come holler at me. And she's talking about Miami bubble championship 2020. They're in the finals with LeBron now.
Yeah,
that's
I've been telling y'all Spo was a good coach.
That's at least 12 games they won. Nobody talks about Miami.
I told y'all Spo was a good coach when he had LeBron now, but y'all tell me, he had all the talent. I'm like, no, that dude coaching.
Everybody flock to the stars. You know what I'm saying? They don't really have no big star, and we don't really look at Jimmy Butler as that star like that. So that speaks more volumes because that year they went in the bubble championship, all of them cats were young. It was really just Jimmy. So props to Eric and Jimmy doing that. Pat Riley too, because he's always found a winner. And in 21, they lost to Giannis them in the first round. So, they had a bad year. Last year, guess what? They went to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Celtics. It's easy to forget the loser. but they made it. No big names. And then this year, all they are, they one more game away from the Eastern Conference Finals. That's probably the best team in the East the last 4 years when you look at it like that. Wouldn't you say?
Yep.
Either them or, you know. I mean, Miami's a good team. No, I'm not disputing the fact that.
What you talking about, Damon?
Yeah,
but
they're a fantastic team.
They don't have that superstar who you like, you know he gonna give you a bucket, man. And then, you know, I want to give props to Spoelstra and Riley because they finding hidden jewels because a lot of them casters, you know, wasn't even drafted. At least 2, I think. Somebody on the starting lineup.
They got like 8. They got like 8 people on that team that are undrafted.
Yeah. You know what
you don't think Butler a superstar?
Not to the status, you know, where he's gonna be first team all NBA, second team all be like he's that third tier. Like he's not elite, if you know what I'm saying. I could say that. But you know he gonna give you your best every game.
But he's right up there in that top 10 with the elite.
Then what is he, number 10?
I mean, so the top 10 is not elite. Elite player.
I'm saying it.
He has the best stats in the playoffs.
The playoffs in the regular season, he probably had given you 20.
That's when it counted, though.
I hear you, but we talking about Giannis them, and they had 58 wins, and then they the number 1 seed, best team in the NBA. And then here we go to Jimmy Butler and the Heat. They were 41-41 in the play-in. They lost the first play-in game to the Atlanta. So we're not just gonna sit here and act like they just be, you know what I'm saying, killing. But this playoff time, they do. It seems like they know when it's time to knuckle up. You know,
right.
And
it was coasting.
But Jimmy don't always be coming like he coming this playoffs.
Yeah, he's been doing this every playoff. Ever since he's been in the playoffs, he's been balling.
The bubble
what we started out with was, you know, fair or foul with Budenholzer. The reason why it's fair is because you have a coach like Eric Spoelstra in your conference squeezing every drop out of them teams. Whether he win a championship or not, Eric Spoelstra is getting way more out of his team than Budenholzer. That's just
I still think
they
it's
all
foul,
should be lucky. They all should be lucky that Udoka don't know how to act, you know, when he in the office, because he's the best coach with the best talent.
Well, that's showing right now with Boston about to be out of the playoffs because, like I said, it's that coach that's still gonna get them over the hump to be a championship team, and you know he didn't seize the moment. And yeah, let's talk about Philly now. How do y'all feel about Philly? Because I really got something to say. I want to see how y'all feel about what's going on with Embiid and Harden and all this stuff.
They finally putting it together.
They doing what they supposed. I think. I ain't gonna step on Mo. My fault. Go ahead, Mo.
No, I like what I see. I've always said Philly was gonna be. If Harden play what he's been doing, which he has. Niggas gonna talk about Harden if he ain't scoring 50 points a game. But when he decides to be a point guard, he's giving you 15, 10, 6. That's what you need. He's not the number 1 scorer no more. He's not the number 1 go-to player anymore. So he has to sacrifice. And I think he's doing well. Then you got Maxey doing his. I mean, them boys is all around good. Like they playing team ball right now.
Taylor-made.
I mean, I like. I said it here the other week, man. I really like Philadelphia's defense, man. That's to me. That's even more than because I'm not a big Joel Embiid fan. I don't dislike him, but I'm just not necessarily just a big old believer in him necessarily.
It's all about preference.
The way that defense plays, they're gonna have a chance to win games, and they're gonna have a chance to beat, you know, Boston in that sense because that shit gets frustrating, and Boston is the team that you can frustrate. Yep. So I'm not really surprised about what's going on in this series. But they're not gonna beat Miami.
Well, I think they'll beat Miami.
So that's.
I think they'll beat Miami. Them boys is built to beat Miami.
I think so too. But
because who's not going to show up? Not to cut you off. Who's not going to show up in that series? Is Miami Center.
Bam.
He's not going to show up.
Well, he is, seesawish, up and down. But to me, the engine that keeps this going, Mo, what you were saying, is Harden. Because I did not believe in Philadelphia at all. And Harden came and put that 45 piece. I'm like, what's really going on? Then Embiid came back. I'm like, well, why did Embiid even play? I was like, they was pissing me off. But then they got back and, turned the series around and played like a team. And now you see Harden, like he took 8 shots last game. He took 8 shots. And I think we had like 17, 18 points, like almost Tennessee almost had a triple-double. And so Harden is taking a step back and not really trying to be top dog, but trying to be the best he can be for his team. And I really feel like he's more the engine that drives Philly than Embiid is. That's how I feel. Because he's setting Embiid up in the perfect spot. Like he's doing that look pass off them pick and rolls, and Embiid ain't really having to work for his shots as much. Maxey pushing that thing. Like everybody's in a good space right now with Philadelphia. And
Melton coming off the bench, giving you quality minutes. Them boys are right. Tucker doing what he's supposed to do. Play out Tucker. He ain't scoring no points, but he getting in boys' ears. He motivates.
Boy, Paul Reed.
That my boy. I told you, he gonna give you good quality minutes. You give him 7 minutes, he gonna get you 4 points.
You got to back up that know his role.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm interested in see what Doc, because I just don't feel like Doc has had the elite talent besides Boston to be a championship caliber coach. Like Lob City, like they ceiling was only so high, and here we are. The process is really crap. If you really go look at all their draft picks, they only kept Embiid, but Doc making the best that he can out of this situation, because I was beginning to lose hope. I was beginning to lose hope in the old Doc.
Don't worry, you'll get that feeling back this next round.
Come on, man. You Nostradamus? All right. How do we feel about Memphis collapse?
Was it a collapse?
Yeah, really. Nobody should be surprised in this chat.
Ja Morant got hurt, so he missed the game. That changed dynamics. Injuries always, are a part of the game. But if you lose your best player to injury, your all-star, he didn't make first team. I think he made second team. But that makes a difference. It don't.
If he's gonna be your your all-star superstar, your number one guy, they ain't gonna never win.
They lost in 6 games, right?
Huh?
They lost in 6 games, right? I think they lost in 6. He missed 1 game. Like he's still growing, man. He's young. He's very immature, but he can hoop.
We'll get him there. He can hoop, but he's fast paced. He like a young Westbrook.
Well, the thing to me that turned that series was Dylan Brooks, and I don't feel like he should have left. I think he made second team All-NBA defense, but he didn't wake the bear up. He woke the Lakers up. Like, how you gonna talk about somebody who they admire, somebody who they believe? Like, you shook the whole damn forest. You shook everybody. The whole team was paying attention. They didn't appreciate that. And
what's wrong there though? But what's wrong with what he said? That's competition. He a competitor. So if he woke them niggas up, then his team should have woke up. Let's ball. Because at this point, the
only thing Memphis has done thus far was almost beat Golden State. That's all they've accomplished was almost beating Golden State.
These boys are in the NBA. They in the NBA. So at that point, if you're in the league, that means you can ball. So you need to elevate your game.
That ain't always the case.
So we're gonna stay solid because this LeBron, man, come on. If you're a competitor, you're a competitor. That's what I love about Gary Payton and all them boys back then.
I hear you. And they talking about Bron, one of the most respected guys in the league. So? These cats just got traded in what, February? And ever since February, that's when they made that push. So everything about them, I told y'all, when LeBron got hurt after that trade and them Lakers start playing like they playing, I was like, damn, when LeBron come back, they might really have some. I put money on them to win the ship. They believe, man. They ever since All-Star break, ever since that trade, them cats that came on, them 5 cats, 6 cats, they believe. And they're gonna do whatever it takes. You talk about shit, somebody who they need to win, that's their chance to win a ring. They're gonna play harder. Yeah, they in the NBA, and everybody ain't gonna win no ring. They got opportunity to win a ring. Just like the Bucks. When Tom Brady went to the Bucks, all them players played at a different level.
Yeah. Lakers still not winning.
Taylor-made?
Nobody was believing in the Grizzlies anyway, because regardless of whoever their best player was, Ja Morant, whatever, the other players on that team didn't necessarily feel that way, because it was either he just made a couple shots, let me go try to make a shot. Oh, bang. He just missed a couple shots, let me go try to make a shot. It was just they didn't play well. I said it. They were a regular season team. They were not built to win a series, which causes adjustments. And maybe we need to feature this player more, or this, that. They're not built like that. They want to get up, run,
they heart and soul was hurt. They heart and soul was hurt.
And missing Adams.
The trash talking about Dylan Brooks, and them just really being a young team, and I really battle tested, man. This is what their second year in the playoffs. They lost. They almost beat. That's what I'm saying. The biggest account they had was almost beating Golden State, and so that made them believe like we can beat a championship caliber team. That made them come into this season feeling like they shit don't stink. When they talked to Ja Morant about who they worry about for the playoffs, who he say? Nobody in the West, just Boston. They immature, man. They have to grow. They have to go through this to understand. Okay, let me shut my mouth up and keep my ear to the pavement and keep grinding until we got something to host up and then start talking. Like everything was all about them thinking they should have beat Golden State. And they just showed their age. They showed their immaturity. And also, we're going to have to see, what's that, Mike Malone? No, that's Denver coach. I'm not sure. Memphis coach. But we're going to have to see what he come back and do next year.
Taylor Jenkins.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to see what he do next year, because he kind of lost control, man. His boys running their mouth, man. Bill Belichick ain't having that. He got control of his boys. So, maybe this is a lesson for him to learn too. Like, don't give him no bulletin board material. We got to be professionals.
So talking shit is not professional? Them boys being competitive.
Well, did it help?
I mean, it didn't help, but they being competitive. I mean, them boys are showing you I'm not intimidated by you. Let's ball.
Tell me this. How many days after they lost that game did they say they wasn't going to re-sign Dylan Brooks? How many days, DT?
That's silly though.
But that's how they felt
about it. He was their best defender though.
Like I said.
And that's an accumulative thing too. Dylan Brooks has, done a bunch of silliness.
So how many days after they lost that series did they say he wasn't going to be re-signed? It wasn't even a week. They was ready to move on.
That's silly though.
Yeah, I mean he a free agent too though, so it's
right.
And he's going to demand some money. Yeah, he's going to demand some money. It's more than
somebody gonna pick him up.
His play.
Yeah, he's gonna get a job, but he'd rather stay in Memphis.
The Mavericks gonna get him.
I hope not. Shit.
The Mavericks need to get Mason Plumlee. That's what they need to get.
Well, I will take Mason Plumlee. I will take him over Gobert.
All right, let's talk about the Suns and Nuggets. How we feel about that series?
Durant just showing what his character. He's not a number one. He's showing it. He don't step up. He ain't.
So what is he supposed to do when Booker doing his thing like he doing?
What you mean? What he's supposed to be doing?
Do you see what Booker's doing?
That's fine. He got to play better. Who the number one on that squad?
Booker.
No, come on, son.
Booker. Who you say, DT? KD or Booker?
KD.
We
heard who you said, DT. Who you say?
Well, I mean, Booker is the number one. KD it's supposed to be KD, but you already know how I feel about the guy. He can hoop.
Both of them soft though.
Say it again.
Well, yeah, they both soft. But to me, in both cases, neither one of these guys make people around them better. So Denver's going to win this series.
And there's nothing.
KD are not winning this series
at all. Booker can't do nothing else but shoot.
Yeah, neither one of them make their team better.
KD gonna get you some boards. KD gonna put up points. KD can get you a couple
of blocks.
He's doing.
That's what he's doing. It's kind of like that first year LeBron and D Wade in Miami. They kind of feeling themselves out. They want to step on no toes. They're trying to do this. They want to do too much. CP3 ain't there to distribute. So he just he passes. That's why he couldn't say shit to Westbrook before he left. He passed. That's just not who he is. So
they're not gonna win with CP3 neither.
Well, okay, that's cool. But they not gonna win because Denver is a more polished team. Like their role players, KCP, Porter, Gordon, Bruce Brown. Like Phoenix don't go down that list like that. And I've been wondering why Monty Williams have been playing. What's 21? Came from Indiana.
TJ Warren.
Like why you hadn't been putting Warren in? Why you hadn't been playing Ross? Like what's took him so long to put them in? Because that they helped him win at home. So really, to me, the stars got to be the stars. Which role players gonna show up? Because KCP3, and when they was at home, man, he was hitting them three threes in a row.
Well, when you trade for a KD, that's what you're forfeiting.
Exactly.
You're forfeiting your depth. And that's why them dudes got to play 45, 46 minutes. You're just not going to be. You're not going anywhere playing every other night for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Especially when you're a jump shooter.
But that's why I'm like, why hadn't he been playing TJ Warren and Ross? Like, why did he just start playing when he got back to Phoenix? Like, come on, Monty, you a better coach than that.
He can't play those guys because when you put them in, they play similar positions and similar sizes as Booker and KD. So you super duper small. And so if you put him in and you take one of them out, well, whenever one of KD or Booker is out, now I don't know what their plus minus is, but it can't be good because you literally now I'm just gonna load up on whoever is out there, and the other dudes can't score for themselves.
Well, that's the choice they made when they made them trades because that's
why they're not going nowhere
because they got what what's the dog what's the one who hit all them threes?
Landry.
Damn it. I'm gonna miss his name always. But
he ain't consistent though.
You got them out there. He got to fill them rotations out because that's why I'm kind of upset at Golden State because we hadn't found our best lineup. They can't find it against the Lakers. I don't think they're gonna find it.
It ain't now. I tell you, they're too small.
Like, okay, well, just let me figure that out. But Phoenix haven't figured their rotations out, and like
Phoenix don't have no rotations. They don't have anybody past Booker. What are you saying? No, you don't. List all the people Denver has versus the two that Phoenix has. Phoenix has two dudes.
He got to figure out some kind of rotation, man. I know CP3 out, so that's a bunch of minutes gone. And I knew Devin Booker was gonna have to play the point guard, but he got to figure out how to get TJ Warren and Shumpert and Ross in there 10, 15 minutes because they can't play that many minutes. They can't. And he gonna have to call some plays for them where they decoys.
Crazy part is they got a nice point guard. They don't even play him though.
Who you talking
Washington?
About?
No, Washington. He probably been in the league a couple of years.
That's on Monty. Like I've just been questioning, what you doing with your bench, but I feel like Denver is gonna win it. I'm happy that the Nuggets are healthy and they playing good, man. They playing like a team.
It's Murray playing on another level though.
Booker and KD just went crazy in Phoenix, and I didn't see that happening at all. I just didn't. I didn't think they was gonna go off like that. And then Shumpert, that game 4, he went off for them in that fourth quarter or whatever. But yeah. I don't know if it's gonna go 7. I definitely do believe in the Nuggets, and I feel like that's gonna be a great series, Denver and LA, because they both got size and they both got a little defense. They both believe in each other. They're both hot right now. So I look forward to that series. What's your predictions for the finals before we move on to football?
Coming out the West. Ooh, I like Denver, man. I just think overall Denver is complete.
They are. They got nice puzzles. pieces to the puzzle. Tailor-made. Well, wait a minute. You ain't say nobody out the East, man. Come on, don't give us half of it.
Oh, out the East. Man, I'm gonna make a bold prediction, man. I think Miami gonna get there.
Oh, listen to you. Okay, tailor-made. Let me say Denver and Miami.
Yeah, I mean, in the West, it's really tough to pick against Denver. The Lakers can give them hell. You know, assuming that they're the two teams that are going to play in the West Conference. So I'm gonna just go with Denver. That's kind of easy to say, but they do have the most complete team. Jokic is he's the best player in the league. I mean, for all accounts. I mean, I don't know what you can do to stop this dude. But based on how the East is lining up, man, I'm liking Miami, man. They just seem to. Everybody kind of knows what they need to do. They're gonna play defense to where they can win games 95-91, and Jimmy can get 40, and you're gonna rely on 15 guys to get you 50 points. So that's a tough thing.
You know who's starting to come back around? I think he's starting to feel better in his knee.
Who that Lowry?
He's starting to ball, and that's how. And then Vincent stepping up.
Well, AD and that rebounding, good God.
Spoelstra working his magic with them rotations too, but I feel like the Lakers and Philly. I'm saying the Lakers and Philly gonna make it to the finals. So I'm opposite of both you guys on this one.
Yeah, I like Philly though.
We can't always be right. All right, and lastly, I just want to talk a little football. All right. And you know, when I was looking at this, man, I was like, man, the NFL is in such a great place, man. I'm giddy, man. I already did a couple of fantasy drafts like super early. I just went on there and see if they were having it, and they did. So that's just me. I just want to talk about these quarterbacks. I ain't have no topics. I want to just talk about the quarterbacks in the NFL right now. All right. So DT, I'm gonna come at you with a quarterback, then I'm gonna come at Mo with a quarterback, and I'm coming at you with a quarterback, and back and forth. All right.
Yeah.
I want you to answer with winner, potential, or neutral. All right. Those are the three.
Okay.
So, all right. DT, you first. I want to go with I'm just gonna go down the list. Patrick Mahomes. What we call him?
Obvious winner.
Obvious winner. Okay. Mahomes winner. All right. Mo. Joe Burrow. What we call Joe Burrow?
Winner.
Okay. Josh Allen, DT.
Neutral.
Neutral?
Yeah.
Okay. Lamar Jackson, Mo.
Winner.
Justin Herbert, DT. Winner, potential. You got potential and neutral. Winner, potential, or neutral?
I'll give him potential.
Okay, we got potential.
He need a new coaching staff, but I'll give him potential.
He got the best coach he can have in Dougie P to me. All right.
No, that's not the same person. That's not the same person.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's Kellen Moore and Doug Stanley. Okay, yeah. Way to get me right on that. All right. Mo, Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, you got to say winner just because, you know.
Okay, I hear you. DT, Tua.
Neutral.
Neutral, you ain't gonna give no potential?
No, I've seen it. Yeah, he don't even know where he at right now.
Shit, I don't either. Shit, Alabama or his brother in Maryland. Mo, Trevor Lawrence.
Neutral. I think he had an opportunity to show his potential, so I don't see his ceiling getting any better.
Okay, DT, Russell Wilson.
I'm gonna say potential. I'm gonna say potential with Sean Payton. Mm-hmm.
All right, and Mo, Deshaun Watson.
Potential.
All right, those are all 10 quarterbacks from the AFC. The AFC, man, like to pick 8 quarterbacks. What is 7 quarterbacks go to the playoffs? 7 teams. Hey, it's 7 teams, right?
Yeah.
7
Yeah,
teams.
because you only got one bye now.
So we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 winners, 3 potentials, 2 neutrals. And to me personally, I feel like Buffalo and Josh Allen, we got a winner out of him. And Tua Tova, when he's playing this season and his coach, I feel like they were winning until the concussion. So I will put him as potential, at least, because Tyreek and Waddle didn't get all them yards for nothing. They was both top 10 in yards as receivers. So they were productive, but without their quarterback there playing the whole season, who can really say how their season would have ended if he'd have played? All right. And I'm extremely high on the AFC. So we're gonna go to this NFC side, and I think it's gonna be a little different. So Mo, no, I can't start with you, Mo. I'm gonna start with DT because I already know how you feel about this quarterback. DT, Dak Prescott, winner, potential, or neutral?
Man, I'm gonna go overall, man. I'm gonna say winner with Dak Prescott.
Winner. Okay. All right. Mo, Matt Stafford.
Neutral.
Neutral. DT, Kyler Murray.
Neutral.
Okay. Mo, Kirk Cousins.
Neutral.
DT, Jared Goff.
Ooh, I'm gonna say winner.
Okay, winner. Okay. Mo, Jalen Hurts.
Winner.
Okay, we got winner. DT, Justin Fields.
I'm gonna be nice and say potential. He's only had 1 year. He's only had 1 year. I want to give him a chance. I don't believe in him, but you know,
give a man some potential.
I'm gonna give him a chance.
So,
give him a chance.
Mo, Daniel Jones.
Neutral.
DT, Geno Smith.
Neutral.
All right. So we don't know who's the quarterback for San Francisco. Brock Purdy, Trey Lance. How do y'all both? I'm gonna ask both of y'all. How do y'all feel about them two?
Potential.
Winner, potential, neutral.
I'm going potential there.
Yeah.
Yes. Because no matter who they
Trey
got,
Lance can spin it.
we believe in San Francisco. So, and then the last quarterback I got, y'all can both answer this, Derek Carr.
No.
Derek who?
Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Derek Carr.
I'm gonna play along and say neutral.
But
you know,
do you see how many?
Guy.
But do you see how many neutrals we have on this NFC? Like, that's crazy.
That's because all them players has already been in the league and had that opportunity. Like Geno Smith, Derek Carr, like you guys, Daniel Jones, he ain't been in the league long enough, but you've been a starter long enough to show that he just hadn't elevated for me. Maybe it's that team.
Well, like next year is really gonna show a lot with Dieball having more, room to grow and learn and see what he does good, bringing Saquon back to build off what they did last year. So that's interesting. And like, man, that's why I was like, the NFL's in a great place, man. That AFC is like humming. Like, I can't wait to see the quarterbacks that are in the playoffs in the AFC, because you really believe like every last one of them had a potential to help you win a game. So when you have that, man, that's nothing but great football, man. You're gonna watch all 4 quarters. You ain't gonna be like, by halftime, it's gonna be the side. No, I just feel like that's great football. But then we come to this NFC, and Dak Prescott is the longest tenured quarterback in the NFC, fellas. Brady gone, Rodgers gone. Matt Stafford, he new to the Rams, but that's Matt Stafford and Dak Prescott. Geno Smith, he old, but everybody else, we got Murray, Cousins old, Hurts, Fields, Goff, Jones, Purdy, and Lance, and then we got Young in Carolina and Derek Carr, but we don't have a lot of old quarterbacks, man. This is a young game, and Dak Prescott has to come through this year.
What you mean? What do you got to do?
He got to win more than one playoff game. That's what he got to do.
So he got to get to the divisional round. He can win a wild card.
He got to win more than one playoff game because the competition. All right, okay. The only people who we said in the NFC were winners, Hurt, Golf. That's it.
I said that was a winner.
But no, but that's what we talking about. If Dak is a winner, the only competition we got in the NFC is Hurts and Golf. Everybody else we felt neutral. Stafford neutral, Murray neutral, Cousins neutral, Fields potential, Jones neutral, Geno neutral. Like who is there that's gonna be in the elite level to push their team over the top like that we feel like they would in the AFC? That's what I'm saying. So if we believing in that, this year he really got to do something. He got to show me more than one. Thank you, Aunt Treese. But he got to show me something. Well, like we just said in AFC, we felt like them quarterbacks gonna keep you in the game, could potentially win a game no matter what. It's time to deliver to me.
I'm just not a Dak believer. I surely would have had him in that neutral.
That's why I didn't ask you.
Most Cowboy fans, they don't believe in Dak. I get it.
I mean,
but it's not really a lot of NFL stories, right now with the draft ending. Look at him. With the draft ending, these cats are getting so much better, man. And these quarterbacks, I'm really interested in see which one's going to propel their team to the next level because I like Houston and what they did. I just don't feel like they have no playmakers out there for Stroud. I like Carolina, but they played good at the end of the year, even though they got rid of McCaffrey. They weren't supposed to even be relevant. Dakota one playoff game a year. So, like the NFL is in a great place, man. I'm really interested in all these young quarterbacks and even next year we got Caleb Williams coming out. And these cats are ready, you know what I'm saying? They can read defense, they can fit it in any hole. And we got quarterbacks coming off of good seasons and Hurts. I think Justin Fields, they put some weapons around him. Daniel Jones, he got a good coach. I think that's why the Bills kind of fell off because they lost their best coach to the Giants. Let's see if Geno Smith can build off last year with the little receiver that they got out of Ohio State. I'm a fan because I played with his dad at SFA. And then we got San Fran, who's always be in the hunt. We got Detroit with Golf and all these new weapons, and Dan Campbell doing what he's doing. All right, man, the NFL's in a great place, man.
Yeah, it's a make or break year for Washington.
Oh yes. Oh, most definitely. Guaranteed. The only player with a guaranteed NFL contract, yes, it is a make or break. Well, we can't say that because you cut them, you still got to pay them. So, you think they're gonna cut him, DT?
No.
So
no, he's not going anywhere. He's gonna have a good season.
Man, I'm interested. Kevin Stefanski, that's the coach up there. So they got a good run game. We're gonna see what they did in the draft. I can't really say off the top of my head what they did with their receivers in the draft, but they got a good tight end.
I don't think they didn't have any picks. I don't think that's how the Texans was moving all up and all over the place because they got them picks from Cleveland.
I read somewhere they got a nice little receiver. I just don't know what all else they got. But that's what I did read.
They got a good defense. They definitely need a receiver. I think they got a decent little tight end.
Yeah.
I mean, that AFC North, man, that thing is dangerous, man.
AFC period, man. Because with Sean Payton coming back, I really want to see what he get out of Russell Wilson, man. And Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars only gonna get better. We're gonna see if
Denver's gonna be good. Their defense is stupid.
Yeah, the defense was good. And then the Chargers, man, are they gonna do better with the little receiver from TCU?
No, because they got Kellen Moore as their offensive coordinator.
That was supposed to hold Dak back. So yeah, man, I cannot wait. It's coming. So
man, just look at the last half of the season when Kellen Moore is the OC. It tells you everything you need to know. Well, people figure that dude out.
I mean, Kellen Moore wasn't throwing them interceptions though.
Yeah, he wasn't, but he's damn sure calling the plays.
We done had this discussion, be it you.
Man, when you're predictable, you know what I'm saying? And Dak is not the kind of quarterback that is, going to take something bad and make it good. That's not the kind of quarterback he is.
Well, that's the kind of quarterback that's going to win.
We paying him that money like he is.
No, that's regardless of what you paying him, you got to understand what you're dealing with.
Well, so to me, in
that's
situation,
like saying, I'm paying this dude $10 million, so he should now run a 4.3. Well, hell, he ran a 4.5 before you paid him $10 million.
I'm not asking that. I'm asking
no,
that you
yes, it is.
make the
yes,
play.
it is. Well, what I'm saying is you're trying to pay somebody to do something that's not necessarily.
I didn't pay him. I didn't pay him. So what I'm going to say about Dak is,
obviously not you, literally.
When the defense wins the play, Dak make mistakes. When the defense, we got this covered, Dak panics and he throws a pick.
So again, if your OC is not a good one, the defense can win more plays. That's all I'm trying to say.
No, because guess what? We like Kansas City and Andy Reid and every enemy. But when they in the Super Bowl and the tackles are hurt there, they got good play callers and all this stuff. But how many yards did Patrick Mahomes run for? He ran for like 500 yards before he was able to pass the ball that Super Bowl. Because guess what? When he didn't like something, he tried to make a play. When Dak don't like something, Dak does not make a play.
They lost that Super Bowl, so I'm not even sure why you're talking about that.
They did.
So what's the point of bringing that up? They lost.
I'm letting you know because he's doing everything he can possible to make a play. He's not pushing the shit button and just throwing the ball anywhere. He's trying to make a play out of no play. And then they had some drops in there, like Kelsey had some drops in that game, but it wasn't because of Patrick Mahomes. He's showing you, I can't get this. I don't like this. Let me go here. He's giving you what he got. Dak ain't got that in him. Dak ain't got that in him. When the play ain't there, Dak don't make a mistake.
That's the point that I was trying to make. He needs a better offensive coordinator. They still didn't get him a tight end, so we'll see how that goes.
He got the tight end. Where did he get the tight end from?
I mean, they got the dude from Michigan, but they should have traded up and got the dude from Utah. I'm not sure why they tripped. That dude's 2 spots away from you. Trade up and go get that boy. Because he's a dynamic playmaker right now. Your quarterback needs the blanket. The quarterback needs the blanket.
You believe in Dak, though, right?
Do I think that you can win a Super Bowl with that? Yeah.
So he gonna overcome some of them plays. He overcomes those plays. Like the defense gonna win sometimes, and that's when he got to make the defense pay for that. Oh, you talk
and he does some, and sometimes he does.
He makes mistakes one time, then he don't. Oh,
okay, man. Okay, y'all basing this dude off the last half of this season.
I'm turning him off every season. But
I've been basing it since he became the full-time starter.
Kellen Moore not there, so we don't have that excuse no more. Kellen Moore not there, so let's see.
I know Kellen Moore is not there.
Bad San Diego is. Let's see how good Dallas is with that. So everybody ain't gonna like the same thing. We got different preferences. So hey, you got a new year next year. He don't have Zeke. He got playmaker and Pollard. So fresh start.
But see, my guy Jay Stiegel over here, I really think you need a fullback. Well, if it's not your offensive coordinator's philosophy to have a daggum fullback, he ain't gonna have now.
When has he ever had a fullback?
Kellen Moore's been his coordinator, so that's the point I'm trying to make.
But you liked everything out of what he was doing. You like what you've seen so far. So if he's never had a fullback, like how is that gonna be what changes everything?
I'm looking at the thing. I've never said he needed a fullback. I've always said Dak needs a tight end, which he's never had. He's never had a good tight end.
Oh,
and I don't want to hear
Jay was a fullback. That's what that is. Jay was a fullback.
Oh, there we go. Well, shout out to Jay.
Jay played with SFA. He was the
big
fullback.
Dog.
I called him extra.
The big dog.
Oh, the podcast needs fullback.
Before he came to SFA, he's the big dog at TJC. He played with my Campo over there at TJC.
I got you, Jay. We'll have to send you the invite, baby.
We're catching up with you, Jay. I love the fullback, man. Give me a huge church any day.
Fullback, H-back, Jay did it all, damn it.
So what I'm trying to say is this. when y'all look at all the quarterbacks that we believe in and we call them winners and such, you're gonna find a tight end. When you talk about quarterbacks that win, you're gonna find a tight end. Dak don't have a tight end. He's never had any. You traded away his best weapon. Yeah, he's probably going to make more mistakes this year.
And that's Kelsey. It's only a few good tight ends, and that's Kelsey. And with Patrick Mahomes, what other tight ends we really believing in? Because Andrew was with Lamar Jackson. They ain't went nowhere. So who else we talking about?
Well, Jackson can't throw the ball outside the numbers.
Okay, but still, what other tight ends you talking about? That making the
name
game?
A good tight end.
I was just only one.
Kelsey's the only good one.
Nah, it's a couple.
So Kittle's not a good tight end.
He block, he do it all, but what's that quarterback? What they got Purdy and Lance? You saying a good quarterback, you need a good tight end. So where are these?
No. I said if you point out the good quarterbacks in this league, you're gonna find a pretty good tight end. That's what I said.
So what quarterback you tying to Kittle's?
Any of them, because he's a tight end and he makes the quarterback position easier.
So that's Kittle's. You say Lamar can't throw to Andrews. We got Patrick.
No, he can't throw. No, he can't throw to Andrews, and that helps
he can't throw outside. Okay, so that's 3: Kittle's, Andrews, Kelsey. That's what I'm saying. It's only a few.
Now, there's some decent ones in there. I mean, they may not have
there's more tight ends out there.
Yeah, they may not have the offensive.
TJ Hawkinson.
Dallas Goedert is a good quarterback in Philly. That dude, you got to check for him.
Mm-hmm.
You got to check for Dallas Goedert. You need to check for the tight end. When Tennessee was balling a couple years ago, he had a nice little time. Delaney Walker. I mean, dude, when you find good quarterbacks when they're playing, they have tight ends.
Quarterback from Tennessee back then.
That was 2 years ago. Tannehill.
Tannehill trash.
Well, he was playing better when they had a tight end. That's the point I'm trying to make.
We lost difference of opinion. So we gonna see what Dak do. We gonna see what them.
So hold on. So hold up. Denver traded their tight end to Seattle. Who had a good year last year? Denver or freaking Seattle? Who had a better year? No, that's a rhetorical question because y'all know Geno Smith had a good year because they traded and got him a bona fide tight end.
Man, that tight end didn't do nothing. You can't even tell me his name.
The tight end for Seattle?
Yeah.
That's it dude from Stanford.
Noah Fant or something?
Noah Fant. He was in the trade.
I'm all over it, but that was
but Geno had his best year. Geno had his career year, and they got a tight end.
I don't think that Seattle's tight end moved the needle on anything, but hey, it is what it is.
Well, they went to the playoffs, so something they didn't do when Seattle had Russell Wilson and they didn't have a tight end.
Denver
never made all you want.
Denver never made the playoffs with him, but they didn't have no quarterback either. When he was there
with Noah Fant.
Yeah,
I don't know who the hell that quarterback was.
Drew Luck. But either way, that's all I got for the show, man. Anything else?
Dallas had a decent tight end though.
Schultz, he don't like Schultz.
He was.
Is that why Schultz is still? Is that why he's still unsigned?
He with the Texans. He got a 1-year deal. You already know that.
Damn, he's so cold. He got a 1 year. Okay. All right, guys.
He got 1-year deals, man.
I didn't say he was cold. I said he was decent.
I'm just, man. Come on, man.
He played his role for Dallas, and he was Dak.
He had some big games for him.
Lower level. It was his safety valve. That's what they call him. So he did what he's supposed to do. So somebody found value in him. We're gonna see what Texans can do. So that's all we got. Hopefully we have some
Dallas didn't even keep this dude for 1 year. He went and signed a 1-year deal. They cut a dude that played running back that still ain't signed anywhere. His starting running back. Yeah, man.
Dallas Zeke. You have a secret weapon. Hey, it's called Dakota Prescott. And Jay, I'm gonna get to you, man. We're gonna get you on this show, baby.
Yeah, I want to hear a fullback's perspective. I gotta know what it's like ISOing up on the middle linebacker over and over.
Hey, he know protections, baby. He know that too. We know when the quarterback's scared. We know them reads. We in the meetings paying attention.
Oh man, dude, I remember I got trucked by a quarterback, man.
That boy Jay blocked for some nice running backs, man.
Oh yeah,
he not before he got the SFA, he was back. He was blocking for a nice running back in Fisher.
What, TJC?
Fisher, last name. That boy was cold.
That's what's up.
So yeah,
I love me a good fullback, baby.
And we shall reach out to you, Jay. Appreciate all our viewers and comments. Love, peace, and hair grease, people.
This is fun.
Yeah, he say Fisher D Rhodes. Peace.
Yeah.